Real Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
I get the cultural word homies and homeboys, and my homies, my friends, cuz.
Right.
These niggas raised me like, right, you know what I mean? Like, they're my friends, niggas I looked up to and had love for. Nigga, they know, you know what I mean? It's like family.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that whole thing come in, where if you didn't grow up in this community, you go over there and you gonna represent it. Like, that's
Right.
just crazy. You just made enemies up.
Yeah, that shit is wild.
So that's definitely another level of thought to me. I genuinely think a lot of niggas is doing it to become rappers. You know, to have some kind of social currency about their life. You know what I mean? Because when they want to post on Instagram, they want to be able to use the lingo. They want to be able to put a K behind something. They want to say on a dead friend.
I seen you said Wacko was damn near better than Calipari and recruit.
Man, Whack from Fruit Town.
From Fruit Town,
Whack from
yeah.
Fruit, not Wacko,
Yeah.
Whack.
Whack, yeah.
Whack is like, it's just the kind of personality Whack is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fruit Town, like I've been knowing him way before I was rapping. He used to just come through the hood, him and Lil Face from Cedar, and like he has an electric personality.
Right.
You know what I mean? He a really easy guy to be around. He get into some coin, fun. You know what I mean? He got his way about himself. He ain't no mark. You know, he'll get down. So I see why people love Whack from Fruit Town, and the same for like Turn from the Mob.
Right.
You know what I mean? Turn from the Mob. Like, some of these niggas are, if they got jobs as NBA, you know, recruiting or college recruiting, they'll be recruiting. Like, if you gave Turn from the Mob, shout out to my nigga, but if you gave him a job recruiting football players, he'll probably recruit the best talent in the country, because the nigga is just an electric nigga like that. You like him.
Nigga got that magnetic energy. Nigga want to be around.
It just happened to be that we from the community, so this is what
shit
we
different.
recruit
You
niggas to.
recruit for something
You know what I'm
that's
saying? But
different.
you know, people like Deion Sanders should be calling Turn from Compton, Ma, Paru, and be like, this shit teach him the game and show him that, because he would be the best recruiter there is.
That's a hard analogy.
So we be stuck in the community, so we use our superpowers this way. But if you put us in any place, you know, like especially like them kind of guys, the best people want to be around them.
Facts. So you so growing up, right? This what I want to know. Like, when you jumped off the porch, because we know you jumped off the porch, right? What was it first? Was it sherm, or did you sell coke first?
So first we were stealing cars.
Stealing cars.
That was the first thing we was doing bad. And it's funny because growing up, like,
but for no money, for fun.
Yeah, this was just literally like a Euro clip on the colors.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple $100,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And to drive.
Yeah.
Really just to drive, you know what I'm saying? But that's like some piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? The more I think about it, that's really some piece of shit. But, and it was funny because we didn't know them apartments was in the Raymonds. You know, the ones across the street from the golf course. So we would target that area. Now I'm thinking about them niggas from Raymond might see this, be like, bitch ass nigga stole my car. But we was kids, and that's where the Regals, the Cullises was, with the Euro. So, you know, we looked for something that was simple, and that's what we started off doing first. And maybe you steal a Euro, so we might have made, total stealing cars, we might have stole 20 cars, but we probably made about $1,000.
Yeah.
Wasn't no money, but first it started off with rocks, you know what I'm saying? They tried to deny me, to their credit. They was like, man, hell nah, you get good grades, nigga, you ain't finna throw your life away. You know what I mean? But, you know, you keep pushing and keep knocking at the door, eventually somebody open it.
Start happening, yeah.
And so it started off with rocks, simple things, quarter pieces on the tray, empty the whole tray, don't let nobody take nothing, half ounces on the tray, moved to 4 zips on the tray, 4.5 on the tray, 9s on the tray. You know, finally worked my way up, and when I found Sherm, it was just like, yeah, I'll never sell this shit again.
Now, before you get to Sherm, that experience you was just talking about with selling rocks, did you buy a plug? You bought the quarter hard first, or you had
So my homie was already, my OG homie was already the dude. Like, both of my older homies was already the guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? In the community. They was already, you know, these niggas is probably going through 3 hard every week. This is how good they doing. Like, they get busy. You know what I mean? They, even in the spot, they probably going through 4.5 to 9 a day.
Right.
Hard.
Right.
You know, and you know if you
that's serious.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, real traffic. So it would be easy. Like, I didn't have to spend my money. Like, I would work in a spot, and here is the work Feel me? The customer's gonna come. You just man the spot. So, you know what I mean? It started off just like, okay, I'm gonna give you $50 to deal with this tray, this quarter piece.
Okay.
So you run through it. You know, at that point, you know, if a nigga doing, you know, a nigga take a 36 soft, bring it back 50, fire, 50 hard, fire. Like this nigga was like amazing on the stove. You know what I mean? 50 hard. So he ain't tripping off that 630 bucks.
Right.
He's paying 13.5.
Right.
He making, you know what I mean, 17 in 2 days.
Right.
3 days. So he not tripping off the 150, you know what I mean? And at that time, I'm cutting on the quarter piece. I'm cutting up $2. You know what I mean? He like, well, keep the 50. Give me the 150. Same thing. And it kept moving up like that.
So, but the reason why I wanted you to talk about that, because niggas who's done this, who had to hustle and earn their money up, because young niggas don't know. It's like when I see my little young niggas, like the way they get money, like when a nigga pop up with 100,000, like to me, I just be like, God damn, nigga, my life wasn't that easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
the most money I ever saved up was $90,000.
And you talking about saved up
gallons?
Yeah.
We working, nigga. I'm working for myself on my old spot. I got 90 saved up. These niggas killing us with one move.
Nigga,
I just bip a
like,
nigga shit, boom, 250.
I like, what
break
the
that
fuck?
down, niggas. I'm up 100. But that's also why they can't keep no money.
True.
You know what I mean? Like our money was fast money. They money is motherfucking speed of light, the speed of time.
Nigga had to have you fuck off so many counts, you start having a schedule. Like, nigga, if I'm gonna get a car, I gotta start doing this.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna get this, I gotta start. Them niggas just from the gate, bam, they up.
Yeah. And they don't know what to do.
That's why they risk be so more crazier too, though. Yeah. Like the way they go stick shit up at restaurants and all this. Yeah. I know I wasn't doing no shit like that.
I'm not finna rob nothing, man. What?
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga might chip.
Yeah. I respect flockin and bippin. Look, it's very much crimes that existed before they had these catchy names.
Right.
Breaking a nigga car is a standard. Being a cat burglar is a standard.
Right.
But I respect the prowess to understand, cause that they're targeting specific. They not bipping all these cars on the streets of Oakland. But them niggas ain't trying to get no $100, $200. Them niggas is looking for tourists that got jewelry and big money. So, you know, it is a wittiness that I'm not gonna allow to be looked over, because we don't want to act like them niggas is smart. And I heard their technology getting crazy. Just like the flockers, they target a specific group of people who keep a lot of cash. Right. They ain't flocking houses in the community.
Right.
And Miss Johnson house with that $300 in coins. They don't want that.
They don't want that shit.
They don't want none
That's
of that.
A motherfucking
Even
headache.
when they stealing, cause I give them credit, they ain't going to those J.C. Penney's and running out that shit. They going into Louis.
Yeah, exactly.
So shout out to them young niggas, and they putting their brain together to commit crimes and at least trying to prosper.
The cold part about it, in my young mind, a long time ago, I had the idea of doing that. Yeah. And then when I got older, I said, why niggas don't just, and it started happening. Yeah. But you hear niggas our age that be like, you know, that's why I don't fuck with Facebook. Sure. Because it's old niggas on there that act like they forgot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
niggas,
they forgot.
That niggas be on there like, oh man, these young niggas ran up in Nordstrom's and it's Nordstrom's, nigga.
Like I'm supposed to give to.
Like, come on, man. I
Shout out
give
to Nordstrom's.
Yeah.
Fuck Nordstrom's.
Yeah, fuck Nordstrom's.
These niggas got insurance, nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
I respect them little niggas. Man, go hit that Louis store. Go get that. I'm not telling you to commit a crime. So if you listen to this, that's not my point.
Right.
But don't steal it from Miss Johnson.
Yeah.
Don't steal it from Miss Johnson over there. On,
right.
You know what I mean? On MacArthur.
Nah, can't hit that mom and pop shit.
Don't do that. Don't do that to mom. Yeah. Don't do that.
And like what they don't realize, they going to this shit in these other communities, they taking a bigger risk. Nigga, the prosecution change when they go to wherever they doing this shit at.
Like Bippin, I was telling the homies, like they did with flockin. I think burglary used to be like 4 months. Yeah. That shit turned to 4 years.
Right.
They didn't even call it home invasion unless you actually used to have to touch a person. Now, if you're in the house and a motherfucker's in there, home invasion, 10 years.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
So it's like, you know, they're gonna make the adjustments just like bipping. Like I heard they bipping nigga shit with somebody in the car.
Yeah, they doing that.
Eventually they'll turn that into carjacking.
That's a carjacking.
And it'll be 10 years. So, you know, the law is slow, but it eventually catches up in a way. So
yeah.
I respect, you know, everybody way to eat. You know what I mean? Like, if you gotta eat, I want you to be more and have more, but I don't got the greatest ideas for you yesterday, so I'm the last nigga to talk about how you, because I ain't finna tell you to go work at McDonald's.
Right.
You can't pay no bill in California working at
Man,
McDonald's.
we was just talking about
so
that.
I ain't gonna lie to you and give you this hella speech, cuz like, oh, you know what? You need to just, nope. Whatever you gotta do to feed your kids, bro, make sure you feeding your kids. I ain't got nothing to say about it, you know what I mean? And be smart, you know what I mean? Look for your opportunities. That's really all I can say about it. You know what I mean? I can't, you know, I feel bad for everybody that got bit. But,
Right.
you know, I ain't finna speak down on no more poor people. We got the whole world doing that. Speaking down on poor black people, I'm not finna join you.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
And I we was just talking about that before you walked up too. Like right now, right here, you can go get, if you make less than 150, you can go get Medi-Cal.
Yeah, that's how fucking poor niggas is in California.
150. Like niggas was happy to get. Niggas used to be talking about a good job is working
60.
at General Motors at the plant.
Down there at that good job at the plant.
Man, go get you. That boy got a good
Got
job.
that good job. They work down there at the
That
bank.
nigga ain't never did nothing.
That's over. Yeah.
That shit is over with. Nigga do not got grandpa ethics, nigga.
Yeah.
But getting to that water, I want to ask you some questions because that's what I am unfamiliar with,
Sure.
right? And how that game even goes. Like, how do you even find a line on that shit? And like, how does that even work?
To fairness, I was born into it, right? Being from 117th Street, it showed your right to passage. That's what my community was really known for. You know what I mean? They had some really dope niggas that hustled the rock and did their thing. But, you know, 117th Street, Wash Crip was known for having really great PCP. So I inherited it more than I could give you a true idea. You know, it come with the territory. You know what I mean? So you start learning about it. It becomes the trade of the community. You know what I mean? Everybody on the 7 had probably dabbled in PCP before. You know what I mean? Getting that kind of money. And that money is different. It's not controlled by nobody that speaks Spanish. You know what I'm saying? It ain't controlled by nobody that speaks Spanish.
That's different.
You know what I mean? It's niggas at the top of it.
So what's the myths
What's the myth
about
it?
Because like, is it
Okay,
embalming fluid?
It's not formaldehyde, right? So it's
Okay,
not
it's not
embalming fluid.
formaldehyde.
That's
Okay.
a cheap cut. You know what I mean?
So that's a cut.
That's a cut, and it's a trash cut. You know, it's just a level above brake fluid as a cut. That's a trash cut. You know what I mean? You're supposed to use androxanol ether like an Andy. Like, that's a great cut. Andy is a great cut. You know what I mean? But niggas is lazy, so, you know, just like McDonald's fucking with the potatoes and shit, niggas is cutting they dope with bullshit. So, cyanide is in it. That's the crazy part, right?
Okay.
They call it you cooking, but there's no fire, but shit is smoking. That's funny too.
Okay.
Right? And the money is unbelievable.
Really?
Unbelievable. Like,
has there ever been you know how the markets go and like, I mean, it's May, so it's no drought. It's
no fluctuation. Well, because so depending on like it done got bad now because like certain parts of it that you used to, like anything else, like they found faster ways to finish the process. Like, so like you might have had to make a specific part, like they might reference as a green yard. Like, I don't want to get too much into it, but they might, at one time you had to make a specific part of it, and that's how you controlled how good it was. But now that part, which is used for something else in life, is ready. They call them ready-mades, right? And that's controlling how good it is. So you're not getting like food. You know what I mean? You're not getting a home-cooked meal. You're getting something that was kind of frozen, and here we go, we're going to use this. So, but it's the greatest money a black man could make as far as the underworld.
Wow.
Like, no other drugs could fuck with this. It's like, when I was in it, it was like the greatest shit. Like, man, you might buy an ounce. You know what I mean? I remember when sticks went up to $10, a dip cigarette was $10. Like, you get an ounce for $125. The nigga on the street is gonna make $500 profit.
Shit.
You know
Damn.
what I mean? You can't buy an ounce. Like, if you bought an ounce of rock and you tried to make $500, you tried to cut up $1,100, that your shit was show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your little rocks was, and you know your little shit was trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, this right here is standard. Like, I was a cold nigga on the dip, so like I was making $500 and $600. That's the lowest nigga.
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
lowest nigga is profiting $400-500 off a zip.
That's crazy.
Lowest nigga. So to me, it's truly like a trade for black folks in the underworld.
So like, I'm what's the demographic of like, because I'm saying like who to this day is going on?
No, not in my community.
Okay.
It kind of fell apart. You know what I mean? The trade fell apart.
The
now.
trade fell apart.
Yeah, but I think there are people, cause my older homies got jobs, careers. You know what I mean? They went to prison, they came home, now they got to raise their kid. They feel like they done lost years of their kid's life.
Yeah.
I can't do that no more. I can't give another 10 years. My kid, grew up and now one of them might be in trouble. You know what I mean? He in prison because I'm not there. So now I'm forced, to make another decision. Like I done been away and, now I'm going to do whatever it takes. So one of my older homies found trucking. You know what I mean? He didn't find trucking before. It wasn't available or it wasn't in our gram house.
Yeah.
Versus when you get some money and you see a couple things, now you exposed to more, now you don't feel as trapped. You know what I mean? So niggas came home and changed their lives. So the younger homies couldn't really keep the trade alive.
I feel like the crack trade fell off the same type of way. Like
Well,
it's
ain't
still
nobody
around.
doing crack.
Yeah, but ain't
Yeah,
nobody
everybody smoking no fucking
Yeah,
crack.
but like so the shit about it catching on fire. What's that? That's bad or that's just you went about fucking with it the wrong way.
Well, I don't know if catching on fire, it explodes, it can explode, but it don't really fire as a little bit.
Even the shit you had could explode.
Well, like so it was flammable in the sense that if you put a flame to it, like if you tried to light, you couldn't light a cigarette with a lighter. You had to use a lit cigarette to light it because it will hit your ass. Right?
Okay.
So it is flammable to some degree.
Okay.
But really cooking it, this is like it's like a real serious process. Like a grain yard reaction is a serious process, cuz like it's a real like they do that shit in AP chemistry, nigga, and it's like I remember having an AP chemistry and realizing it was the same thing. Like it's 6 people with 5 teachers. That's how dangerous it is. And you got a bunch of niggas can't read or write doing some shit that another nigga taught them that can't read or write.
Right.
Maybe it get dangerous. Right. And friends of mine, really like one of my best friends passed away. You know what I mean? Like he fucked around and they did some shit wrong. I don't know if it was him, but he was there and you know what I mean? He ended up inhaling it and being fucked up and they took him to the hospital and nobody wanted to tell the doctors what happened because they don't want him to go to prison or nobody to raid, and he just kept deteriorating until he passed away. You know what I mean? Damn. So it's homies I know like from communities right close, my front hood homies and different homies, like explosions have happened. You hear all this shit. But then when I saw the process, I see why. It was like, as a nigga who had AP chemistry, I was like, this shit will kill everybody around here.
Right. So,
it's for sure something that is undersold that's really intricate. And it's made available, and it's a bunch of people who probably need to know a little bit more about it before they be fucking with it.
What's the demographic though? Was it always LA based, like Southern California, or it was everywhere?
This shit would.
Well, I know Texas niggas was big on it.
Texas, Midwest.
They call it fry or something.
Yeah, Texas, Midwest,
New York?
East Coast. Yeah, dust.
Oh, so it's dust to New York, same shit.
PCP and mint leaves dried out is dust.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm late to all that shit, man. I'm late as a motherfucker.
Shout out to the homies in Philly. It's like a big deal.
No, it's a big deal. Yeah, okay. So they just calling it, but they process is different. They got it in mint leaves, cause it's a liquid. Cause who gets to dip their own shit?
Yeah. Well, so California, so sherm, the term sherm, right, comes from the cigarettes they was using. It was these brown cigarettes called Shermans, and that's what all the niggas would buy and dip them on. So then that title became the title of PCP, Sherm.
Okay.
Sherman, right?
Okay.
So then you obviously start having other ways, and everybody start doing their own thing. So dried up on, the liquid dried up on mint leaves is dust.
Okay.
So it's all the same, but like, Philly, they would break that shit down to 100,000.
It was big here in like in the 70s and early 80s, I know, because my uncle fried himself on Sherm.
Yeah.
Like
some people never come back.
No, my uncle never came back. The nigga, that nigga really, I was young enough, like, I'm talking about when I'm old enough to see people starting to smoke crack and shit. I seen my uncle fucking with Sherm, and then he was the coolest nigga out though. He had the Cadillac, he had the bitch, he had
it's not quite crack, right? Where it's like somebody pushing a basket and they life worn down.
Right.
This be in Los Angeles, these are some of the most active gang members there is.
Right.
these are some of the most active gang members there is. It kind of became my entry into, even when I started doing music, I knew so many people from different communities because I knew the riderest nigga because they was probably puffing some sherm to go do their thing. So when I started making music, they'd be happy to see me in their community. Glass, what's up, nigga? Y'all got that shit over there?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't on that. I got music now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's niggas I know throughout the whole struggle that know me because they like, oh, that's Glasses. I know them niggas from 7th Street. Them niggas had that wet.
Right.
They all blue.
I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil